Hi, this is Linda Anderson of tapintoyoursuccess.co.uk, and today I'm going to share with you a small piece of my own money story, the story of how I became blocked to money and success, and how early experiences showed up in later life. We don't know what we don't know about ourselves until we get curious and do some digging. So hopefully as you listen to my story, it's going to trigger some memories for you and give you some clues what you might need to work on to remove your blocks to money and success. So it's the day after my 7th birthday, and Dad catches me on the landing when there's nobody else around, and he's holding something out to me and looking really serious. I can't focus on what it is because my whole body freezes and I'm scrambling to try and work out, what have I done? What am I about to be told off for? But he says, your mum and I have been talking, Linda, and we think it's time you had some pocket money now, some regular pocket money. The shiny silver coin that he's holding out snaps into focus and my jaw drops open in disbelief. What? I think to myself, this can't be right. I heard Mum crying just last week because she didn't have enough money for food. Really, Dad? I say as the initial shock wears off and I can speak again. That's for me. All of it, I say, face wavering between disbelief and a huge grin of excited anticipation. It feels like a fortune to me, and oh, the things I could do with that silver coin. Yes, he says solemnly, presenting it to me, and make sure you don't fritter it away. And he's almost wagging his finger at me as he says those words. And don't fritter it away is getting seared onto my little 7-year-old brain, and it's going to echo in there. It's going to reverberate for decades to come. Don't fritter it away. Uh-oh. Stomach tightening and I freeze again. What does he mean? I don't understand. Money's for spending, isn't it? But I don't dare ask him because clearly this is a very serious matter and I should be able to understand without asking. So I gratefully accept the shiny new coin and I make off with it, my whole being filled with a confusing torrent of mixed emotions and thoughts. The shock that it's actually mine. I didn't see that coming. The fear that they can't really afford to give it to me. The guilt because I remember seeing Mum crying because she didn't have enough money for food. The worry my little sisters are being left out and they're going to be jealous, they're going to be angry, they're going to be green with envy and make me pay for it. The feeling that I don't really deserve it because I've done nothing to earn it. The shame for feeling so excited about it at the same time. And then the deep down in my belly dread that I am going to fritter it away, mixed with excitement. I am going to fritter it all away on glorious things like gobstoppers and comics and sherbet fountains. I can't wait. So what beliefs about money did I take from all this? What mistaken meanings formed in my little brain from this first experience of having money of my very own to manage? Firstly, that money is a very serious matter. It's a mysterious, elusive thing that only grown-ups can understand and that I'm not capable of understanding it at all. That spending on things that give me pleasure is somehow wrong and irresponsible. That is always in short supply and I should feel bad or panicky whenever I spend money. That I don't really deserve it unless I've struggled for it, and that when I receive money, I'd better watch out because other people might be envious and they might attack me. That I can't be trusted not to fritter it away. And that money is fundamentally a very scary thing. And all of this was building on the money and wealth template that was already being laid down since birth, just from being in that environment. All the beliefs, the emotions, the money traumas in my family of origin that I'd been soaking up like a sponge about success, rich people, what's possible for people like me, and so on. And how did this show up in my business until I started doing the work to clear it? I became a just enough kind of a person. And it was hard for me to imagine or even allow myself to imagine having more than enough. Maintaining the numbers in my bank account at just enough, unconsciously doing that, allowed me to avoid having all those mixed and uncomfortable feelings again. And when things started to shift as I worked on myself to clear this, and there was more than enough in my account, a part of me would immediately find a way to get rid of it, either by giving it away or manifesting some unexpected huge expense or enrolling in another course that I didn't really need, but I could justify to myself as an investment in the business. So not frittering, right? I'd also have periods of feast where there was a plentiful supply of dream clients lining up to work with me, followed by periods of famine where I could almost hear myself talking people out of working with me in sales conversations. What was that all about? So this particular piece of my money story, the first time I actually had money of my own to manage, has been a huge part of my healing journey, healing that relationship with money so that it can feel now like my ally and supporter, my enabler, rather than something that I have to fight to get and fight to keep and fight with myself not to fritter away. So hopefully as you've been listening to this, it will have stirred some early memories for you too, as well as some insights into how you're showing up with money now, so you can see whether you really are 100% open to receiving and flowing all the money and success you want and deserve. Do come back and let us know in the comments what you find. We'd love to know. And if you want to dive even deeper into all the ways you might be blocking the flow of money and success into your life, go to tapintoyoursuccess.co.uk and grab a copy of the free quiz on the homepage there. And I guarantee you'll be surprised at some of the things you find. I hope you found this helpful. This is Linda Anderson of tapintoyoursuccess.co.uk. Bye bye for now.